Hello. Hi everyone. Everybody's watching this. Is our second live stream and third live stream here on this little Nikki Oniyome channel. And with me I have Center of the Universe.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
This is one of my partners in crime since almost 10 or 20 years.
No, it's maybe not. Or we kind of started making like a half track in 2003.
A half, very, very long track.
Yeah, but that track ended up, and we ended up finishing it almost like 15 years later.
Yeah.
The track Swim.
Yeah.
It's a nice track.
It's really
but
nice.
I was like kind of too whimsy to kind of finish that kind of track, so it's kind of the original is going all over the place.
Yeah, but the original is really nice.
Yeah,
actually. I think it's like 15 minutes long or something like that.
It's not 15 minutes, it's like 8 minutes, but it's like kind of hyperactive production that I used to have at that time.
Yeah.
It used to, that was like kind of going everywhere at once.
Yeah.
So it's and then it was like a 10 years break, and then it's like you're supposed to record some demos.
Yeah.
And I was kind of set back by the quality of the music. So then I ended up producing, which I still do.
Yeah.
Like for the...
So it just kind of started just by chance.
Yeah, maybe.
And also, his real name is Jørgen Kjulstad, and his artistic alias is Center of the Universe, for you guys who don't know him yet. And we also don't really know how we ever met.
Yeah, I think we met at the university.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was thinking that you were studying literature, and I was studying literature, and I was asking you where to go, to which lessons and stuff for maybe a year.
But I think
until I found out that you didn't, you weren't on the same study as me.
No,
I think that was the story actually.
Because at the time I had a very strong existential crisis, so I studied lots of things. I studied literature, media, Latin.
Really?
And I only think attended like 2 lessons.
Yeah, but I set my mind that like that's a person I can ask about where to go, because I was kind of like very confused about being at the university. So that's the story,
we were very
I
confused, both of us. So.
Yeah.
But anyways, I thought we met at a backyard party.
Yeah, but that's wrong.
That was wrong. Yeah. And by some reason, I just discovered that you created this music. It was more Japanese inspired.
No, that's not true.
Oh,
but
sorry.
It's true about my good friend Koppen.
Yeah, that's true.
That is the kind of the Japanophile above all.
Yeah.
It's maybe the biggest Japanophile in this city.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, so with him we did like kind of like Far East.
Yeah, and just to know, Koppen is another artist on our label Metronomicon Audio.
Yeah. Yeah, he's our Far East alibi.
Far East alibi, yeah. But anyways, while we're having this live stream today, it is because we just released, as you know, this song called Soundwaves, and today at 7 p.m. European time, the music video is coming out. And there's a nice, and we also have a special guest coming in about 10 minutes or so. We have a secret guest coming in very soon. But anyways, Soundwaves, since we've been cooperating for 10 or 20 years, more or less, something around there.
It was the first track that we did together, I think, almost. That was like kind of when I started like kind of suggesting stuff. But the first, if you know I think that you all know the Nikki Oniyome catalog now, the first singles and stuff with like demos, which turned out good. But the Soundwaves track was like, was my first suggestion. So let's try one of my tracks and see how it's going to be with like kind of a little more different production and your vocals. And it didn't end up on the album.
No.
Or it was maybe, it was almost one of the first tracks, I think. And it kind of stayed just in the cupboard for quite some years.
The Corona cupboard.
Yeah, and it just stayed there.
Yeah.
But then we were supposed to start to release some songs, and we listened back and found out that it was actually worth releasing.
Absolutely.
But since it's actually my composition, we ended up doing a kind of split release. Since it's very in my style of writing.
It is. Yeah. So could you tell us a bit about the lyrics?
Yeah. It's like kind of a very scientifically about like sound and about like the kind of how the sound. I'm very fascinated about how sound works physically. Like it's and it's about also kind of meta song, because you can say that about almost all songs. You can say that it's like you have to use the sound waves to kind of make things like come across. You can say that about all songs. So it's actually, I know it's a cliche making a song about a song, but it's actually kind of one of those.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Songs about songs, and it's like almost too romantic for being one of my tracks. So it's like my take on being too romantic is then being super dry. Almost like a scientific journal or something.
Yeah. So if you haven't checked out the music for Center of the Universe, there's a link probably in the description of at least Instagram. I don't know if we put it on YouTube. But Center of the Universe, you check out the songs and particularly the lyrics, because as Jørgen or Center of the Universe mentioned, they're very intricate and technical in a very fun way, I find. So Soundwaves, it was released June 30th, it's almost 1 month ago. And also for a year or two, we have been experimenting a bit with green screens, especially you, Jørgen.
Yeah, it was my kind of Corona hobby, because I was like having a really good time when stuff was locking down. Even if it was like a kind of, I didn't like people dying and stuff, of course. I think it was like a huge disaster, catastrophe for everyone else than me. But I was like having like been like kind of kicked out of all of my usual work, that's like sound design and theater productions and stuff. So I was like kind of stuck in the studio with a green screen. And then I decided to do the most out of that. And so I made like for every single track from the Central Universe for like maybe 2-3 years, there's a green screen video with stuff flying around and printers flying around and lots. And actually for the song, for the video for track ID, I decided I needed a band. So actually there Lisa is on bass guitar, which is not playing too much, and Viviana is on drums, and she actually can play drums, but she can play drums. Yeah, she can play drums, but it's not her like specialty playing drums. So but she can she even played drums with Lasse Mara and these noise legends in a band called I can't remember. It's something like really obscene. Yeah. So just for so we ended up putting a whole band in the music video. But actually, there's actually not too many of those people on the actual track. And just but it's a nice video. So track ID, that's one of the most popular songs of Center of the Universe, and Viviana, her alias is Whale Shark Attacks. She's also on the same label as we are, Metronomicon Audio. And this guy here, he's the head of Metronomicon Audio. He's one of the guys. I'm not the head. Okay. But it's like I'm the guy that started it. But we should. But we were supposed to talk about this video. Yeah, we were. For Soundwaves. I'm just trying to give the people some background story. It's like a huge. So many. People in the YouTube now, they're having a really good time. There's actual comments in the. There are actually comments. So we'll have to look at them later on. We'll comment on you guys afterwards. Yeah, but you should. Oh, my cable is rough. Okay. Sorry about that. Here we go. The video for Soundwaves. That's the reason. The intro that we are going to release now. Yes. That in 20 minutes. Is actually a green screen video.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With you as the
in
main
it.
person in it, but the kind of utfordring, hva er det for noe?
Challenge.
With trying to make a Nikki Oniyome video and not the Center of the Universe video is that I wanted to try to keep a little more kind of like a dark and serious aesthetic, to not kind of stick out too much from the videos that the VJ of the band, Melissa Folstad Larsen, had made, and I really like Melissa's videos. So I wanted to do something like a little bit more serious, which is really hard for me because I kind of like throw in stuff and especially
you
with
should check out his TikTok account and also the Instagram.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
It's like I like to kind of be a little wild with video, but it's kind of the Soundwaves video is kind of wild because it's like because you don't want to be too much in focus, but you're also the only person in the room. So we ended up like having a green screen shoot, and then kind of murdering everything with effects that is kind of synced up to the sound.
Yeah.
So that's my idea with that video, and I'm really proud of actually doing something like it's kind of super audio reactive. It is like kind of every element in the video is kind of reacting to the actual music. So it's kind of more like an art video than a pop video.
Yeah. So just stay tuned, and I mean the video we will have to post it later on Instagram, but on YouTube it is going directly at 7 p.m. European time, Berlin time. And for you guys who are on YouTube, or if you're on Instagram, you just head over to YouTube, Nikki Oniyome, and it's the first video on top. It's premiering at 7 p.m.
Oh, it's
That's
not long.
It's not long.
It's not long, yeah. And we could also actually, I could post the link for the yeah. I could do that when someone else is talking.
Yeah, so Jørgen right now, he's posting the link to the YouTube music video right now on YouTube. I don't think we can post it here on Instagram, so you just have to go to the link in bio on Instagram if you want to watch it together with us at 7 p.m. But anyway, so that's almost 15 minutes left, 20 minutes left.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that was Soundwaves, which is an original Center of the Universe song, but it was too quick.
No, it was too slow actually.
It was too slow, sorry.
Because it's like, if you know my music, it's like super disco tempo-ish. It's kind of like in the middle of folk music and disco, and slower than house, faster than hip hop, but it's like 100 BPM. So everyone is like kind of laying back on the dance floor.
Yeah.
They don't have to be like hyperactive. But this track is like 70 BPM or something.
Yeah.
It's like super slow.
Yeah.
And so that it made it like kind of difficult to use.
Yeah. Simply for
just because of the tempo. But your tracks are like super slow.
Yeah, down tempo.
That's
how I like
and
it.
sometimes it's like too slow. Sometimes I'm always falling asleep in the studio, and then I like increase the tempo a little bit.
Yeah, we always have this argument. Our bass player always likes it really, really slow.
Yeah, he is even slower.
He's so slow.
Yeah, he's a great bass player, but he's like, it's like 74 BPM is too fast. I was like,
he's a really, really relaxed guy.
But like talking about DJs on club music, I'm also really slow because like techno DJs, they are playing like super fast music.
Yeah.
So actually, but it's also like people enjoy it also because of the meditative side with these kind of slow things. So it's nice.
Yeah, it's a different taste.
It's nice.
So speaking about disco and house and stuff like that, we have a secret guest, and he's just sitting on a chair here drinking a glass of wine, and we'd like to invite him in.
Hey.
Sommerfeld.
Hey.
Yeah, and for you guys on Instagram, we probably have to move the camera a bit. So Jørgen, he will just pop his head in. So that...
Should I sit there?
Yeah, you sit here, close to me.
Perfect.
So this is Sommerfeld, an Electronica artist, DJ, and producer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
nice to be here.
Yeah, it's so lovely to be here, and I promised to introduce you.
Yeah.
So yes, Electronica artist. He's been building up the club circuit here in Oslo, like your central person here. kind of?
Yeah.
A bit, yeah. And released a lot of music?
Yeah.
And just continue. Tell me your backstory.
Okay. I've been DJing for what is it? It's like 22 years or something. And started as a little unsecure guy, and then just like bought a couple of turntables and started playing in my bedroom. And just like after a couple of years, I started hassling all the big players in Oslo, kind of with my
that's the way to go.
With my mixtapes, which wasn't that, I don't know. They were okay, but I don't know if I just hassled too much or if he actually liked it. But I get like a warm-up gig at which is now closed, club named Sika Mecanico. And that was like that kind of planted my seeds for this is what I wanted to do. And actually the production side of things came later on. So I started DJing. I have basically like no musical kind of I can play guitar or kind of like, so it's just like I just learned it by.
Really? So you're autodidact, that's what you say, right? You learned it by yourself.
Yeah, I kind of like studied the sounds when I played. So that was kind of what works, what would not work. And that's kind of how I learned to produce music.
Wow, that's lovely.
Yeah.
It's like a really intuitive way of creating music.
Yeah,
it
is. So if someone wanted to put me in a piano position, I would I would freeze. But I guess that's okay because it will be horrible.
Yeah. So it's like a great inspiration for people who maybe who are like kind of Jørgen is trying to look in.
No, it's all right. You can still hear me.
You can see his cat there.
I would
that's
say
his green
I would say
green
that,
screen.
that for electronic music producers, sometimes it could be better to not know everything about music theory, because then sometimes you do weird stuff. That like a skilled musician would never think of.
That's true.
So that's my opinion. It could be more interesting even.
Definitely.
Like your music is a little bit like that.
Yeah, it is very intuitive.
It's more like you hear you're composing for the dance floor, not for the kind of history books.
It's timeless, isn't it?
That's right.
I'm making timeless music now.
But anyways, we released Soundwaves, and just I think just like a few days later, something like that, there popped up a message in Jørgen's inbox, I think. And what happened? You received the files from Jørgen, and
I just listened to the track, and I know we've been speaking about like doing stuff together, and I really like your voice.
Thank you.
It's beautiful. So, and I thought that would maybe fit in a bit more like clubby version, and of course I like center of all attention as well, as I've been doing a remix for Metronomicon before. Slick.
Yes. Yeah, that's a great one.
Turned out pretty nice. So then I asked Jørgen for the files, the stems, and then I just started that night. And
5 hours later. 5 hours later.
Yeah, I think it was 5 hours later, probably. And I had like a sketch of what the remix should be.
Yeah.
And that was because of it was like it was like instant. It was so much to work with, basically, because I had the idea of how it should be in my head musically, and then it ended up being 125, which is much faster than your
yeah. I even have to like say, yeah, that's a kind of outrageous tempo. It's almost techno. And I was at some point, I was saying like, yeah, you do UK garage or dubstep. You make like dubstep tear outs,
I actually
like
had
aggressive dubstep remix. It could be really horrible. You could destroy that track so bad if you do
we
that.
thought of that as well. Maybe like doing like
I didn't say
two-step version in
go ahead.
130.
yeah, but it's a two-step version. I would judge this as a two-step version.
It's pretty
It's
heavy.
pretty like UK
It's
garage.
pretty like shuffly.
But it's not
stuff.
any of the dubstep I like kind of joking about. It could be like so bad if you do that. So I'm really happy you ended up on the UK garage.
I usually produce my beats in like a heavy shuffling way, and if that's like, I don't know if people know what, when you produce on a drum machine, you can kind of like emulate how a drummer should sound. Of course they don't. It doesn't sound like a drummer at all. It's like a drum machine. But then you can kind of like what do you call it? You shuffle it, kind of like it doesn't stay like
it's like some of
point.
the tracks are a little bit behind, and some of the sounds are a little bit behind.
Yeah.
And the two-step way is to kind of put the shuffle on max, isn't it?
Yeah. So I just put
So
the
it's like
shuffle
kind of
on
off-kilter beats.
What's possible. I always put the shuffle on what's possible. And that's, I think it's like 52% or something, because it doesn't go any further. Anyways, enough with the boring talk.
I'm sure some people are thinking this is very interesting. So, but anyways, one of the fastest remixes ever done, perhaps, I don't know, 5 hours. Do you think anybody can beat that in our audience?
I'm not sure.
The challenge is out there, guys.
It's my fastest remix as well.
Yeah.
And it's actually my fastest BPM remix as well, because I never like turned over 120, which is like my middle zone. But now I kind of like, it needs a bit more tempo.
And it is beautiful.
Yeah.
So we're really
Thank
looking
you.
forward to it. It will also have a premiere at DJ Olle Abstract's
Lyd, I think,
Yeah.
which airs in a couple of days. I'm not sure. He's taping it tonight, and like we can maybe put out a link when it's
we'll
ready.
put the link both in our account, Nikki Oniyome's account, and in your account.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
course.
Center of the Universe account.
If he decides to include the remix, though. If it doesn't, if it decides to not include the remix, we can.
Then we're not posting it.
Yeah,
I think.
I hope so.
I think he's doing
we're
it. I
crossing
think he's
our
doing
fingers
it. Yeah. Let's
for
see.
abstract.
Just keep your ear out.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, let's see. Olle Abstract, for you guys who don't know it, also like a legend here in Norway in the DJ and electronica world.
One of the first I was kind of listening to him on the radio when I was a kid, in like
me too.
98 or something.
Me too.
And everyone has been, and it's like, what is this kind of house and techno music? And I was kind
It's
of
so repetitive, but it's still
it's
so
like a
interesting.
lot of bass drums and stuff, but it's still.
What is this thing?
But he is still a really good DJ that plays. Every month he put out like every month he put out like an hour of new Norwegian club tracks, which is really awesome. Because the Norwegian radio, they don't care about electronic music. Now they actually have a program for it, but it's like there's so much good Norwegian electronic music, but you have to have this DJ to kind of like make an abstract of it. Yeah.
Just like Olle Abstract.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So for us, this is really cool. If it includes it, we hope so. Olle Abstract.
Yeah.
We're crossing our fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in a couple of days, it might be released or premiered at the DJ Olle Abstract's show.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the release date though. That's
No.
We have to
that's
decide
kind
that.
of up to you, and I guess it takes about like a couple of weeks before it goes
Maybe
out
it could be quite quick.
Really on Spotify as well.
Yeah,
or?
it could be quite
Oh,
quick.
yeah, I heard that's like
we
5
could
weeks
talk
or
about
something.
that when we're off air.
Yeah, discuss that.
You're talking about that to the CEO of Spotify, just like
Yeah, just call Daniel and it's like on the. You could just do it now from the laptop.
when it's out
we have
in
like a
10
hotline.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and before that remix, we also have a video to launch in 6 minutes for you guys who just popped up here in 6 minutes. That's in YouTube. Then to see it, you have to just go to the link in bio on Instagram, and I think also there's a link in the description on YouTube for you guys who want to see it at 7 o'clock. It's just in 5 minutes. But before that, Sommerfeld, what else is going on to you? I know you're going tonight. You're traveling tonight to Sweden.
Yeah, I'm going to Sweden tonight to play in Västerås. That's like it's the first time I actually traveling alone. No, that's not the first time, but it's the first time I've been traveling by like night and just like coming to Sweden in the morning. So. Exciting stuff. And then there will be a lot of releases in the autumn. I'm playing in Kristiansand, Arendal, Jeger, Oslo. I also work in a label named Bada Bing with Vinny Vilbas, which is also really good DJ and producer. So we have a lot of cool stuff in the pipeline. We're going to have a party in Lisboa in September, actually.
You and Vinny Vilbas?
Yeah, we're having like a Bada Bing showcase in Lisboa, which is more, like a night. So I'm playing live on that, and also maybe producing a like small mini album with my good friend Sigmund, which is also maybe he's not like Metronomicon maybe, but he's like he's around.
A guy from Pulse of Pleasure.
Yeah,
the singer from Pulse of Pleasure and the singer from Legs 11, if you know about, is one of the best kind of old Norwegian electronic bands.
Yeah. So he
Pulse
of Pleasure is really nice. So he has a really distinctive way of singing. There's like a lot of echoes and stuff. He's really good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing that.
New wave, like the kind of a new wave
absolutely
sound. But I met him yesterday, and we've been doing a couple of tracks, so you can check it on my Spotify, of course. But he has like a lot of demos he showed me, and I was like, hey, you wanna join, kind of? So I guess that will.
Cool. And if you want to check out Sommerfeld, either in Spotify, but also it's a link in the description on Instagram, and we'll put it on later on YouTube for you other guys. But Sommerfeld, Sommerfeldt.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah. So just 3 minutes left, guys,
maybe
for the music
break
video.
off, maybe we should break off soon.
Maybe we should break off. Yeah. So that
and just like kind of say, now maybe it's a good time to kind of break off and find the popcorn for the video.
Have you popped the popcorn, guys?
If not, you should
hurry up.
Do it now.
Hurry up to the micro.
In the next 3 minutes, I want to see that premiere myself.
Yeah, me too. I want to see it.
can't remember how you actually cut the video. So.
Yeah, it's such a long time ago now. Yeah.
It's weeks ago.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Long time, yeah. So we will head on over to YouTube, and if you want to join us, it starts in 2 minutes at my YouTube channel. And if you don't know where it is, and you're on Instagram, you just head up to the bio, and you click the link, and there you are. You will join us at 7 o'clock. And I think if you're on Instagram or YouTube, you just go to the link in the description, or you find it on the top of the channel. So
yeah, have a nice weekend, people.
Yeah, and I'll see you guys there. Bye-bye.